Goodbye YouTube, how's it going everybody? Yes, this is my official first upload and Wi-Fi battle of 2014, and hopefully there will be many more Wi-Fi battles to come. So yeah, how's it going everybody? Hopefully all of y'all had a good New Year's, and hopefully everybody is enjoying their day or night whenever you're watching this. But I don't want to ramble on too much because you guys are here for the Wi-Fi battle. Now, I had this at my most recent stream. This was against Afeezy. Now, looking at his team, it's actually pretty damn scary. He has Gengar, which if it's sub-disable, is going to be a major pain in the ass to deal with, especially if he's able to poison my Mandibles with Sludge Bomb. Mega Lucario, whether it be Nasty Plot or Swords Dance, might be a bit of an issue because I have to get up prior damage on it before I can knock it out with my Mach Punch coming from Choice Banded and Fernape. And then Volcarona, if I lose my Jellicent, can just sweep through my whole team. So yeah, half his team is actually quite a big problem. But with that being said, let's get the battle started. Alright, so I'm going to be leading off with my Malamar, predicting him to lead off with his Rotom. Now because 9 out of 10 Rotoms are physically defensive, I thought that I would be able to easily set up a substitute on his Will-O-Wisp and then go for the Superpower. But what I didn't do before this battle was actually check the EVs on this Malamar. So I'm thinking, okay, this thing isn't max speed, because why else would Rotom outspeed me, because normally choice Rotoms don't carry Will-O-Wisp. So I decided just to go for the Superpower for whatever reason, on the off chance that maybe he wanted to bring in the Tyranitar, could get off a bit of prior damage on that. But he ends up switching directly into the Volcarona, and this is where it dawned on me that, hey, if this starts Quiver Dancing and has Giga Drain, because the Pokebank that was released for like 2 hours, maybe some people did get Giga Drain Volcarona, I could just about possibly get swept by this, like right off the bat. This is like turn 3 and I'm gonna lose. But he goes straight for the Bug Buzz, which is really great because I guess he didn't want to risk me staying in and keep going for Superpower and then possibly knock him out with the Psycho Cut. So I'm just hoping that he does not have the Giga Drain. So what I'm going to do is actually predict him to go for the Giga Drain or switch out into the Tyranitar. So I pull a double switch into my Infernape as he actually switches out into his Rotom, predicting me to go for the Scald. So because he outsped my Malamar, I'm thinking, okay, he's possibly either Timid Nature or he's Scarf. So I'm going to go with the thought that he's probably Scarfed, and I'm going to switch into my Ferrothorn, thinking he would just go for the Hydro Pump. So he does go for the Hydro Pump. In this turn, what I could have done was probably just set up my Stealth Rocks or gone for the Leech Seed, but I thought he might want to bring in the Volcarona. So on the off chance that he wanted to actually bring in Tyranitar, predicting me to switch into Volcarona, I actually brought in my Infernape because my Infernape outspeeds both Tyranitar and Volcarona, so I can easily just go for the U-turn and then get switch initiative. So he actually switches into the Gengar, predicting me to go for the close combat or the possible U-turn. I'm not even gonna lie, I really wanted to go for the Flare Blitz, but it was way too risky as I U-turn out to my Mandibuzz. He's gonna turn out to have Black Sludge, which means he is indeed the very so common sub-disable Gengar, as I go for the Foul Play. Now the reason why I went for Foul Play over Knockoff is because now if he does want to stay in trying to disable my Foul Play, I can then go for the Knockoff and bring him down to a range where the Sand will hopefully be able to knock him out, and I will be able to get rid of one giant threat. As he does go for the disable, it turns out that Knockoff actually knocks out the Gengar. To be honest, I was really not expecting that, but Gengar just died. So he's going to bring in the Rotom. I really do not want to predict him to go for Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, or Volt Switch, so I'm just going to stay in and go for the Roost, thinking that he most likely would go for the Volt Switch, predicting me to switch out and not go for the Will-O-Wisp, because I guess I could have brought in my Infernape, but that would have been way too risky. As he does Volt Switch, I'm able to roost off literally all the damage as he Volt Switches into the Tyranitar. I'm just going to switch into my Malamar as Death Fodder, but he does make a nice play. He predicts me to switch out and is going to go for the Stealth Rocks as I go for the Superpower. This still did like a solid 25%, and above that I'm able to live the Stone Edge and the Burn combination and then knock him out this turn with the Superpower. And to be honest, at first I really did not like Malamar. I thought Malamar was going to be a terrible and bad Pokemon, but it's actually really grown on me. I really do like it. I'm definitely going to keep using it more in the future. So he's going to bring in the Rotom. I'm going to predict him to go for the Volt Switch and switch into my Manectric, and I believe this was like the second or third time me ever using Mega Manectric, and much like Malamar, it has really grown on me. I actually really like Mega Manectric now. Although it's got like giant mountains on its back, it's just, I actually really do like it. That's what I'm trying to say. So because I'm at +1 attack, I'm thinking that this Flamethrower will easily knock out this Excadrill, because the switch out was pretty obvious, just because if I did not Mega Evolve, he would have given me a +2 on my special attack. and he lives on like maybe 10%, but I'm able to get the burn. But I just saw he had the air balloon, and obviously Mega Manectric is faster than Excadrill, so the burn really does not matter because I just would have knocked him out this turn. As he brought in the Volcarona, Volcarona actually takes a hit pretty well, especially for me being at +1. So either this is a more defensive Quiver Dance of Volcarona, or Volcarona is just a lot bulkier than I gave her credit for. But either way, I'm going to be able to outspeed him the following turn. Now, I guess he could have gone for the Quiver Dance on my first Thunderbolt and then possibly outsped me and knocked me out this turn when I went for my second Thunderbolt, but I still have Jellicent, which could have just come in and knocked out Volcarona. As he brings in the Rotom, I'm going to switch into my Jellicent, thinking that he would actually go for the Hydro Pump, but he ends up going for the Volt Switch, and for some reason I thought that Mega Manectric still had Lightning Rod, which is why I switched into my Jellicent, predicting him to Hydro Pump. And yeah, that was just really dumb on my part. As he Volt Switches into the Lucario, I'm going to stay in, predicting him to either go for the Swords Dance or go for the Nasty Plot, and I'm actually going to go for the Skull because all I need to do is get off a bit of prior damage. That way I can then bring in my Infernape and knock him out with the Mach Punch. And unfortunately for him, I actually end up getting the burn. And to be honest, this really is not game changing, just because even if he has extreme speed and he was at neutral, he wouldn't be able to knock out my Infernape. So let's say he wasn't burned, so I bring him on my Manectric, and now he would only be at +1 attack. And then I switch into my Malamar for it to die off to the hazards, and then I bring back in Manectric for him to be back at neutral attack, and he's going to be able to just knock me out with the Bullet Punch. Now, I have seen some Lucarios that carry both Bullet Punch and Extreme Speed, so if he was in neutral attack, my Infernape would be able to easily take the hit. And just to further prove this, I just bring in my Infernape, and I'm just going to go for the close combat as opposed to going for the Mach Punch. Then again, Extreme Speed is +2 priority, so I guess it really didn't matter. But it turns out I'm actually able to live the close combat because he was actually at -2 because of the burn. But yeah, either way, all I'm trying to say is that the burn was not game changing in the slightest. Okay, are we good? Alright, so I knock out the Lucario. At this point, his last Pokemon is this Rotom Wash. I do still have Mandibuzz and my Ferrothorn, so it really doesn't matter what he wants to lock himself into. As he unfortunately misses the Hydro Pump, he does actually turn out to be Scarf, and is going to be able to knock me out with the second Hydro Pump, and then I can just bring in my Mandibuzz or my Ferrothorn. And I said to bring in my Mandibuzz because Mandibuzz is an awesome Pokemon this generation. It's definitely got a huge buff, and I'm going to be able to live the hit and knock him out with the knockoff, and that's going to be the victory in my favor. So yeah, that was definitely a fun, good battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to some more content. Also, it turns out that my boy Mainchains, the guy who made my awesome new outro, started uploading, so I'll leave his channel link down in the description. Make sure to go check him out. But yeah, if you guys missed my previous 2 videos, you guys can click the annotations on your screen right there and go check them out. With that, guys, enjoy the rest of your night and day, and I will be uploading again tomorrow. So yeah, I will be seeing you all soon. So later.